I'm not really used to this, so just bear that in mind. So, as you can tell by the title, I have anxiety. Didn't want to over dramatize the fact that I have anxiety, because to me there's people out there who have it way worse than me. But I don't know why I feel that way. I've definitely had anxiety, or at least obvious signs of it, since I was about 10. I was definitely an anxious child, that's for sure, but I guess the signs didn't really show up until my year 6 graduation back in 2010. I was supposed to go up on stage to do my graduation speech, and everybody else was fine before me, and I completely flipped out on stage. I started crying and sobbing and couldn't even look at the audience. I couldn't read my speech. My music teacher, who was one of my favorite teachers, he read my speech out for me, and I just read out a poem about me being sad about leaving the school, and I guess everyone was just like, oh, she's crying because she's leaving and she's sad. No, I was terrified. And I never really thought I had anxiety, like, at all, until I went to secondary school, when I used to get panic attacks, like, every week. Well, obviously then I had to get used to it, obviously, because it happened all the time. I guess the level of stress that I had was something that I hadn't really experienced. That's my dog. Experienced up until that point. And from then on, it just got worse. When I was about 11, up until the age of about 13, I would pull out my hair, and that is called trichotillomania. It can be caused by stress or other mental disorders, but mine was specifically stress. My hair used to be middle parted, but in the middle it's too obvious because you see up here, my hairline, the actual line is here, but there's no hair here. My eyebrows as well. It's the reason there's barely anything there. Pulled that out. I guess that was just my way of dealing with stress. It wasn't a good way of dealing with stress. And I guess I really started doing it because there was a boy that I liked. He's my friend now, thank God. I liked him, and I was pretty confident at that point. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna ask him to hang out sometime. And I was a little too forward about it. And it didn't work out for me. And I used to pull out my hair at nighttime. My whole bed used to be covered in hair, because I would just pull all of it out. And even though I haven't done it on my head for a long time, I'd pull out hair, my arms, my legs, but no, I still do it sometimes. And I don't like doing it because it's not good for me, obviously, but I still do. I was going to a new school, and nobody knew me really, but I kept getting panic attacks in class, and crying. I still cry at school. It's not good, is it? No. Yeah, so I've told a couple people now. Sometimes I wish I hadn't, because I feel like people think I'm making an excuse, especially when I do like performances and stuff with my class for drama. I feel like basically a failure a lot of the time. I know people probably don't think that I am. They're probably just like, oh, it's fine, it's nothing, it's not a big deal. But to me, every little failure is a massive thing to me, I guess. And I guess I feel a lot of the time like I'm letting people down. When I had my last big old panic attack at school, it was in class, and a couple people noticed. But yeah, so I left the classroom, and from what I heard, people were asking if other people if I was okay. Like my sister and I guess I couldn't really handle that because I don't like drawing attention to myself. If I feel like I don't talk, then people will think I'm weird. But if I talk, then I feel like people will think I'm weird. Which is so stupid. I guess it's just come to a point where I don't know what to do anymore. Because I don't want to hide that I have anxiety, but I also don't want to go around telling everybody that I have anxiety. Because I think they might think I'm drawing attention to myself, or I'm being overdramatic, or I'm overreacting. But you know, there's just been times where I find it difficult to do things because I'm so worried about what other people will think of me. And people now, super nice. Because before I had issues talking to people, and now that my final year of school, people have been so nice. I mean, of course, there's still been instances where people have been less nice, but that's just school. But overall, people have been super nice to me, and I really appreciate it. But at the same time, I feel guilty, I guess, because being anxious around other people also makes other people anxious, turns out. But you know, there's a couple people, I'm going to talk about my drama class specifically, because obviously that's when most of my stress comes out. I had to do a monologue, and I failed that. I had to restart 3 times. I was like, everyone else has been able to do it, no problem, and I'm the only one who cannot do it. Super helpful to just have a group of people who, even if they don't actually care, to like act like they care, even just a little, is really nice. And yeah, I guess I just made this, whatever this is, to just say to people how I've been feeling, even if they don't care. That's okay. I guess even now, I'm just nervous that people from my school will see it and think I'm different in a bad way. I'm already weird. Like, this is how I am. I'm just weird in general, which is fine. But adding where I'm some big anxious weirdo, it's just a little weird sometimes for me. Because I'm already quite strange. Like, I talk a lot about random things, and sometimes I can't stop that. Someday I'd like to be able to deal with it and to fix myself, you know, to be less irritating, I guess. Or not even less irritating, just like more normal. Because I'm not really the most normal. I try to be. In public, at least. But, yeah. I guess that's just what this is. And if people don't see this, perfectly fine. If people do see this, please don't judge me. Please. And if you do judge me, cool, that's fine. Yeah, but, yeah. This is just what I wanted to say. Sorry if this is weird. Hopefully people don't see me too differently. But yeah, that's